All right, here we go. All right, so yesterday you learned how to take individual preference ballots and create a preference schedule. You learned how to find the total amount of voters. Today we're going to learn the first method to find a winner. Take a look at the preference schedule provided. If you looked at this, who would you say wins? Okay, I heard A. Why? 14. They got 14 first place votes. Guess what? You just did this method and I didn't even tell you how to do it. Okay, so your first method is called the plurality method. And this is your popular candidate. Or in other words, the candidate with the most first place votes. The candidate with the most first place votes. So, the way that you're supposed to complete this method is you need to count up all of the first place votes. So, you already said that A has 14. How many first place votes does B have? 4. Okay, they come in first in the 4th column and 4 people put them there. What about C? 11. Okay, be careful of your double up. So C's in first in the 2nd column as well as that last column. So they have a total of 11 and D has 8. So yes, A is in first place. You may not only have to tell me who wins. You might have to tell me what they call extended ranking, which means you have to tell me who comes in first, second, third, fourth, and keep going until you get to last place. So looking at this, who would you say comes in second?
C.
C. Who comes in third?
B.
And who comes in fourth? That's it. Not too bad, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, just because A is your winner, they are your plurality winner. So, down here where it says which candidate is the plurality method winner, you're going to put A. They have the most first place votes. However, they may not have majority of the votes. So, read the definition. A description of the number of first place votes that a candidate has earned, which is greater than 1/2 of the total number of votes. Okay, so Derek said the first thing I got to do, add them all up. What's my total amount of votes in the election?
20.
Oh, come on, mental math.
29.
37.
Oh,
37. So, how would I find the amount of votes that I need for a majority using that definition? Divided by 2. First thing I need to find is how much is half? 18.5. Good job. Okay, so 18.5 is half. So how many votes do you think we need for a majority?
19.
19. I need more than that. So I need 19. So A A wins plurality, are they also your majority candidate?
No.
No. They don't have enough votes to reach that 19. They only have 14. So while they win using the plurality, they are not your majority. Okay. Let's take a look at the next example. Okay. Consider the preference schedule for opinions on the Power 5 conferences. Using this, try to answer these questions. Take a minute, absorb what it's saying. Your biggest thing to remember with this is just because they win plurality does not mean that they're a majority. But on the other hand, if they have majority, they will be your plurality winner. While you're working too, if anybody needs to stay after next week, I now have meetings Monday and Thursday. So I will be here Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yay.
Got a math department meeting on Monday and a Math 1 PLT on Thursday. So
Is it gonna stay like that?
I don't know. Because Ms. Wells runs our Math 1 PLT and she's also department chair. So depending on when they're deciding to have their department chair meetings, and so it's up in the air right now until we get things settled for the year. What's going to happen? More than half. Mm-hmm. Here they don't. They want the total number. More than half. So what's half of my total? And I need more than that for a majority. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Fantastic. Okay. So from what I hear you, more than half. So what's half of that? So I need more than that. Just more, not a whole ton more. What's the next number? It doesn't have to be a gigantic gap, it just needs to be that extra push, okay?
It's about the average. Probably the average.
What?
We on the next one.
Okay. Let me
Is that
see what
right?
you got.
Oh, she's right. That's wrong. You stupid.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And that's fantastic.
Let's go.
Let's go! Peter back there getting it. Whoop whoop. Hey, if I call him Peter though, I won't have to go Caleb and Caleb. Yes. I got 2 Calebs, 2 Derek's. All right. So it looks good. Okay, there's a couple of things that I need to address. So, first things first, what's the total number up here? 66. So, some of you had issues because you couldn't add those without a calculator. So, tomorrow when we come in, everybody's getting a calculator because you're definitely going to need one tomorrow. Okay? Again, the list is over here of what number you are. Make sure you get yours. Okay? So, majority says, I need more than half.
34.
You need 34. Okay? The key word there is more. Okay? So, it's pretty easy when you get that decimal point, that 18.5. You know you can't have half a person. So, you've got to push it to that 19. People get confused when it comes out to be a whole number when I divide. So, when I divide this by 2, I get 33. But I need more, which pushes it to 34. Who did you decide was my plurality method winner? SEC. Remember, SEC comes in first here and here. They actually have 32, not just 2. Okay, so it's not a tie between SEC and Big Ten. It's how many people put them there. Did the plurality winner also have a majority number of the votes? No, they don't have 34. They only have 32. Peter and all them over there are working hard. They've already done this section. Okay, I should be able to tell you, you have this many voters, and you should be able to answer these questions. So, if I have 40 people voting, what do I need for a majority? 21. Half would be 20. More than half would be 21. Okay. Don't answer because you know you're right. Okay. Think about this next one. If there are 4 candidates, what is the smallest number of votes that a plurality candidate could have? What did plurality mean? The majority, not the majority, but the most first place votes. What are you thinking, Thomas? Nope. Why do you say 11, Raul?
Because there's 4 candidates and 40 voters, so to be able to be at least majority, you have to have 11.
Okay, so if I have 40 votes, okay, and I'm giving all these votes to these 4 candidates. I've got candidate A, candidate B, candidate C, candidate D. Okay, and I'm giving these votes out. I can give them out so everybody wins. They can each get 10. That puts us as a tie. I need that winner. So I need to have more than what they can share in common. More than what they would tie with. So I would need 11. So every time when you're looking for the smallest number of votes for a plurality, you want to take the total votes and you want to divide by the number of candidates. And then again, give them that extra shove, just like you did with majority. So total votes divided by the number of candidates. So you want to share amongst your friends, and then you want to kind of punch them in the gut and take the win. That's the way I always thought about it. Here, let me share. You get 10. I'm going to be over for a minute. You get 10, and you get 10, and you get 10, and you get 10. Everybody gets 10. I'm going crazy. Come on now. Okay. So you share with everybody equally, and then you punch them in the gut and take the win. So if I'm going to share amongst 5 candidates,
You have cash.
I don't.
It's okay. I accept all
If I'm going to share amongst 5 candidates, everybody would get what? Everybody would get 8.
I was one off.
40 divided by 5 is 8. So everybody would share. Everybody gets 8. And then DeJuan comes along and says, you know what? I'm going to punch you in the gut and take one. So I need 9 to win. Okay, so if you look at number 2, I do believe it's at the top of the next page. Yes? Okay, it should be the same thing, but now instead of having 40 voters, I've only given you 15. So try these 3 that go along with that. Oh, yeah. I like that explanation. You don't have questions? And so try this one, and we'll go over it. Try this one. Travis. I'm not talking.
Did I do with Travis on that? Travis Scott. Oh, you right.
So, what do you get when you split this in half? This is
3.75.
So just that extra shell only has to go to. It doesn't have to go. It only has to be more than the next closest number. Good, except for A. What's half of 15? 7.5. Which means you only need
It's just on what? It's just the rate. It's your hands. So if you run more. And then the reason why not is because it's not majority.
Okay, this is good. So 7.5 is half. You need more than that for a majority. Can't have point something of a person, so we need to look at the next
For the
whole
digital
number.
majority.
Perfect. You are golden.
Except for that little thing at the bottom.
So what do you get when you divide?
Strategic for-
I don't know.
15 split into 4. Perfect.
Sign's gonna be the code.
Go.
Cold.
Go.
Be on the next one.
Hey. Hi. Hi. What's all this one, Rolling on a paper back there. So if you need half of 15 votes, what is that? What's half of 15? 7.5, and I need more than that, so I need 8. We're gonna take 15 votes and share it amongst 3 people, so everybody can tie with 5, which means I need 6. If I share amongst 4 people, you're not getting a whole number. You're only getting 3.75, which means I need 4. Remember, you cannot give 0.75 of a person. Because they would be dead. All right. He has to get particular. Fine.
You can try.
Okay.
Hey, the test like this.
Smarty pants. All right. So we talked about just because you have a plurality does not mean that you're the majority. But if you have a majority, you should always win. If you have more than half of what's available, you should always be the winner. So that's what the majority criterion says. If your candidate has a majority, okay, if you need to put it there, more than half of the first place votes, then they should always win. End of story, no discussion. Okay. The plurality method is going to satisfy the majority criterion, which means that it follows it. As we go through the rest of this chapter, we'll talk about 3 more criterion. In order for an election to be fair, all 4 of the criterion that we talk about are going to have to be met. You're going to come to find out that'll never happen. Okay? It'll never happen. So no matter what we've done, there is not a fair election yet. Okay?
That's great.
Welcome to life.
Life, great.
Okay. Next example. A 100-member band has been invited to 5 of the different bowl games. If you're not a football player or watch football, this is college football. The Rose Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, the Hula Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, and the Orange Bowl. They're going to go and perform at halftime. Using the plurality method, at which bowl game would the marching band perform? The Rose Bowl. If you look, the Rose Bowl has 49 first place votes. The Hula Bowl has 48. The Cotton Bowl has 3. And the other 2 have nothing. So we're going to the Rose Bowl. Does this seem like a good representation of where the band really wanted to go? Why or why not?
No.
Okay, no. Give me a why.
Not majority winner.
Okay, not the majority winner. Okay, they don't have more than half. More than half would be 51 votes. You actually have a majority of them that do not want to go to the Rose Bowl. Look where these 51 people put the Rose Bowl. Dead last. So you have 49 people that really, really want to go. And you got 51 that could care less. So this is not a good representation. So this is a no, not the majority. Okay. This brings me to our last thing for this section. Okay, insincere or strategic voting. Okay. So, we're gonna do it this way, and I'm gonna pick on myself because I can. So, we've got 3 people running. Myself. Who wants to run up against me?
I don't like running.
You don't like running?
I'll run against you.
Too much
Thomas
exercise.
and Ariana.
I want to run.
I spelled that right? Okay. So you got Thomas, Ariana, and myself. Okay. So let's just say, and we're gonna use this for purposes, you love me. Okay? I am your favorite teacher at LSHS. Okay?
Well, this is all
Yeah.
Okay? You really, really love me. But you know I'm not gonna win. Teachers in this building that are better than me.
Who? Not those math teachers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you really love me, but you know that I'm never ever gonna win.
I could throw one out there.
Okay.
I think that with the way the eye.
See? Okay. So you know that I'm never ever gonna win. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna vote for me?
Yeah.
No. Why would you vote for somebody that you know is never gonna win? So you're gonna cast your vote for Thomas or Ariana. Which means, even though I'm the favorite, I get pushed in the mud. Okay. That's what we call insincere voting. You pick somebody else because you know the person that you want is never gonna make it. Okay? So let me go back to the presidential election. Okay.
Didn't Hillary?
I was not the one that did the insincere voting. Okay, so you had Clinton, you had Trump, and you had your third party. Okay, the third party was my favorite. Okay, out of all of them. So if I was going to be insincere, the third party never wins. It's always a Democrat or a Republican. We never get that middleman, the independent runner. Okay, so if I was insincere voting, I would have picked either Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton because I knew that my candidate wasn't going to win. Okay. I didn't, but I picked the third party. Okay, but that's what happened. So formal definition, and then we're finished, and you can work on your homework. Okay, so insincere voting says if your candidate has no chance of winning, then don't waste your time. Or I guess don't waste your vote on your candidate. In other words, pick someone else. Okay. In other words, you want to pick someone else.
Is that, no, that's just, insincere.
Yes. Insincere, they call it insincere or strategic
Oh, it's the
voting.
same thing?
Yes, it's the same thing, okay? Any questions?
No.
Your homework tonight
You said,
is numbers 11 and 13 through 16.
oh, that's easy.
You have 40 minutes
Hey,
to get started and finish.
hey, that's easy, man. Yeah, here.
Take a quick